All right, welcome. This is Candy with a K. Mandy with an F. Mandy is
Mandy with an M.
farmer.
Oh, farmer.
Farmer Mandy. Been working in the farm. It's just a garden, really, but we should call it a garden, Mandy. And I was thinking today, we had a conversation the other day about the world opening back up. Mandy doesn't know what I'm going to ask.
I have no idea what's happening.
She's a little worried. So we were talking the other day about the world opening back up.
Right.
And she said that Mandy is very, very introverted, first of all. And Mandy said that she's really enjoyed this time, not having to go to parties.
No offense. Sorry.
No offense to anybody. But you're not unhappy alone. You like,
No.
yeah, quiet time. She loves people for the most part, but anyway, not lots of crowds. So it got me thinking that I'm a coach. So maybe we could do, I'm not going to coach you, but I was thinking we could offer some advice to other introverts as the world is opening back up.
Okay.
How to interact with the world again, because you're gonna have to start going to parties again and stuff at some point. I mean, I guess you don't have to, but it might be good to. So, does that sound fun?
We're Candy with a K music.
Or can you? I know, but this is funny. Okay, so this is my first thing. So my first thing I was thinking about was hugging. There's gonna be lots of people who have not been hugging who love to hug. Are you a big hugger?
No.
Not for strangers. You like to hug me.
Yes.
Not a big hugger for strangers. So I was thinking we could come up with a cue that other either introverts or just people who don't enjoy hugging all the time could give to somebody who likes to hug, so that person knows maybe I shouldn't hug them. Doesn't that sound good? Okay, so hold this a second.
Okay.
Okay, so this is what we could do. So I want you.
Okay.
Okay, let's just pretend like we see each other at a party, and I'm like, Mandy, so good to see you. And my arms are outstretched, and I'm coming towards you really fast. So I was thinking you could do this. And this gives the other person a signal that I'm good hugging myself.
I'm good hugging myself.
You hug yourself.
Uh-huh.
And just do that.
Uh-huh.
Okay?
Okay.
I think that might be good. We probably should have masks on doing this. Okay, so that's one tip. Okay.
All right.
So the second tip
Oh.
is then I was talking to another friend of mine the other day, and she was saying that she doesn't like meeting new people because she doesn't know what to say, right? And then she feels like people ask a lot of questions.
Okay.
Do you feel like, does that make you uncomfortable if somebody's asking you a bunch of questions?
Depends on the questions.
Okay, so let's just say you're an introvert that doesn't like a lot of questions, okay? So I'm going to give some tips on how you can turn it around. Sound good?
Okay.
Okay, so let's pretend I see you at the party. Mandy! Okay, I'm coming at you. What are you going to do? Okay. Oh, she doesn't want to hug. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, how you doing?
Fine.
What have you been doing in this whole time that we've been, isolated?
None of your business.
Okay, so here's a tip. This is a tip, and this is good for anybody in a networking situation or like a party. People love to talk about themselves. Most people, not always introverts. But if somebody's coming at you and asking you a bunch of questions, the first question I answer is, hi, how are you? What do you say?
Fine.
Fine. Okay. This is what you do. You answer, and then you redirect. Okay? So you say, fine, how are you? You immediately ask them a question. Oh, I'm good. And then you ask them another question. How have you been doing? So all of a sudden, you're taking control of the conversation.
But I don't want to talk. I'm an introvert.
Well, you won't have to talk. You're just asking questions. They talk.
No, it's still like engagement of my brain and effort.
I know, but you have these planned out ahead of time, so you know exactly what we're going to say.
But don't you think if I said none of your business, it would end the conversation very quickly?
But you really wouldn't say that. You're polite, so you would answer the question, and it would go on, and then you would be stuck in a conversation that you don't want to be stuck in. So what I'm offering is a way to control it, right? So you say, I'm good. How are you? And then I say, oh, I'm fine. And before I could ask you another question, you say, oh, how have things been for you? And they're like, oh. And if you ask somebody like me that question, I will talk for probably 10 minutes. And you don't have to talk at all.
Because keep in mind, the extroverts have not been out.
Yes.
And
So they will talk. All
right.
Okay?
Yeah.
That's another good tip, right?
Okay.
So it's a good tip for all you introverts out there. And then the third tip I was thinking about is when you go to a party, you may not want to be there very long, right? So if you're going with someone else who is an extrovert, who knows they might want to be there a long time, there's two things you could do. One, you can
drive separately.
Well, that was the second thing. That's totally an option. The other thing you can do is have a code word when it's time for you to go.
You mean you don't want one of these?
Well, like, oh, that's even better than a code word. So you can totally do that. So you get to kind of your limit, maybe been there an hour or 2 hours, and you're like, I can't talk to anybody else anymore. And you start doing your, what would you do? What's the sign?
Well, you know, it's just like softball. You just look for the specific indicator. Once you have the indicator, which is this indicator, then the next item is telling you what you need to do.
And
which
that's
is either save me or we need to go.
Oh, so you could have lots of different signs.
You could. You
So
could
the
have
ear
all
could be
kinds
the
of-
indicator, and then okay. Well, if you see us at a party, we might have to change what everything means.
We'll change our playbook. Will get changed.
Right. Yeah. So that's a good idea, right? So letting people know, I'm going to tell you my safe word or have a sign signal that it's time to go, and I'm going to go, or we need to go, and drive separately, or right. If that's good, that totally works. You could totally drive.
Yeah.
See, I think these are helpful tips for people.
They are.
The world's
They're
opening
good.
back
They're
up,
good.
and introverts are probably like, no! Been having a good time at home, all by yourself. And now we have to go out and mingle again. Okay.
Okay. This is helpful.
Now we're ready for parties. So, hope that helps. Have a wonderful day.